It was still pitch black outside, around quarter to 4 in the morning, when Shunko quietly slipped under the blanket beside you, the cold of his revenge still clinging to his skin, but the heat in his chest made his lips curve in satisfaction. His hair was slightly damp with sweat, a smirk tugging at the corner of his mouth. How dare she touch what's mine? Wine is mine to look at, mine to hurt, mine to protect, mine to ruin, and still mine to love. No one lays a finger on her except me. Just as he was about to close his eyes in smudged peace, your hand moved unconsciously in sleep and yanked the blanket harshly. Completely off his side, the cold air hit his bare chest like a slap, and he immediately sat up with an annoyed grunt. Ash, seriously, I just committed murder for you, and this is what I get. He glared at your sleeping figure. You were laying on your back, your messy bun falling sideways on the pillow, soft snores escaping your lips, and your legs comfortably spread like a starfish across the center of the bed. He tugged the blanket back towards him, muttering, Wife is sleeping like she owns this bed. Wait, she's sleeping like she owns the world. He laid down again and tried to close his eyes, but just as he got comfortable, bam! Your foot shot backward with the grace of a professional soccer player and hit him right in the gut, sending him rolling off the bed and onto the floor with a loud thud. Oh, what the actual hell, woman? Are you possessed? You didn't even stir, your body shifted and spread out even wider, taking over every inch of the mattress like it belonged to a queen. The blanket was now tangled around your legs, and one of your arms dangled lazily off the edge. Jungkook sat on the floor, rubbing his stomach. This is abuse, this is domestic violence. I'm gonna sue my own wife. He grabbed his pillow and muttered as he lay down on the cold marble floor. First, I kill people for her, then she kicks me like I'm a cockroach. Unbelievable. He sighed, but sleep was pulling him too hard. Within moments, his breathing steadied and his head sank into the pillow. Meanwhile, you remain on the bed, limbs thrown everywhere, mouth slightly open, sleeping like it was your personal five-star suit. The blanket now barely covered you, and yet you looked so peacefully chaotic, like a walking contradiction. If Chungkook were awake, he would probably be glaring but also smiling because deep inside he loved this madness, his madness. The next morning, bright rays of sunlight seeped through the Jane silk curtains, falling softly on your face. You groaned and blinked your sleepy eyes open. Sitting up on the huge bed, you instinctively scratched your scalp with both hands, ruffling your already disastrously messy hair into a full bird's nest. What happened last night? Why does my neck feel like I fought a dinosaur? Oh, wait. Your eyes suddenly widened as reality hit you like a truck. I got married to that arrogant dictator Jungkook, the human-sized headache. You panicked and looked around the room quickly, your sleepy gaze turning into wide-eyed curiosity. The bedroom looked like a palace, white marble, floors, golden accents, velvet drapes, a chandelier hanging from the ceiling, and walls painted in soft champagne beige. It smelled like vanilla and leather, like expensive masculinity. Okay, rich psycho does have great taste, but where is he? You yawned and swung your legs off the bed, about to slide your feet into the sleepers when your foot hit something squishy. You screamed. Startled, you looked down and saw a full grown man laying on the floor like a sacrificed goat. Wait, is he? You poked him with your foot twice. Hey, are you alive? Say something before I call 911. Chungo groaned and slowly opened one eye, his hair sticking up like a porcupine. Did I die or did you just try to kill me in my sleep again? You blinked and crossed your arms. Oh, I didn't know you liked sleeping on cold floors. New billionaire hobby. Chungo sat up slightly, his face crunched. I got kicked off the bed by you. You foot flinging witch. I was too tired to show you last night. You rolled your eyes and got up from the bed, grabbing your towel. Right, I forgot I married a princess. My bad. You stormed into the washroom and slammed the door behind you. The moment you disappeared, Jungkook let his upper body drop dramatically onto the soft mattress, arms stretched out like a starfish. Oh, how much I missed you, my beautiful, expensive, warm bed. He groaned happily and snuggled into the comforter like a little boy, letting out a deep, satisfied sigh. If she kicks me again tonight, I'm installing spikes on the floor or maybe tying her with silk ropes. After shower, you stepped out of the bathroom wrapped in a white, fluffy bathrobe, steam still curling from your damp hair. The room was quiet, he wasn't there anymore. You sighed in relief, softly muttering in yourself. Finally, the air feels breathable. You headed to the walk in wardrobe. As soon as you opened the double doors, your eyes widened. It was like stepping into a bridal showroom. Heavy embroidered gowns, silk lined with crystals, laces, sequins, and fabrics that practically screamed itchy luxury. You rubbed your arm uncomfortably just by looking at them. My skin is too sensitive for this royal torture. Still, not wanting to start another cold war this early in the morning, you pulled out a soft pastel colored frock covered in tiny balls, some of which were already brushing against your collarbone and arms uncomfortably. You made a face but wore it anyway. Last night I saw his hoodies on his side. Could have just borrowed that and avoided this bridal fashion week, but you knew it would only provoke him. You dried your hair, tied it up in a lazy bun, and plugged your phone into the charger because if this manic locked you in a castle forever, at least you needed social media. Downstairs, you walked down the spiral staircase, the morning sunlight falling on you like spotlight on a stage bride. But all spotlight vanished the moment your eyes landed on him. Jungkook was sitting on the living room couch, dressed in nothing but a bathrobe, towel in one hand as he casually dried his black wet hair. Drops of water shimmered along his collarbones. He looked up and spotted you. Come here. You walked to him cautiously. What? Can't you speak a little softly? My ears are not cursed. Not when you are the one standing in front. He stood up slowly, walking toward you with an amused look that instantly made you uncomfortable. His eyes dropped to your outfit and stayed a second longer than they should have. Don't forget you are the maid here. You have to clean and work. How exactly will you do it wearing that? His gaze lingered on the soft pearls decorating your dress, tracing your finger shamelessly. You folded your arms and stepped back. Did you leave any normal clothes there? Everything looks like it belongs to a royal parody. It's uncomfortable. You scratched your neck slightly irritated. He noticed the way you were squirming and smirked. Then wear what maids wear. Go and make breakfast. This isn't your dad's house. It's daddy's. He gave you a slow wink. Going. Try using a filter when talking to women. You medieval ghost. He chuckled as you ran off, trying to figure out where the kitchen even was in this mansion. A few minutes later, he had gone to change in another room and now returned in a dark, faded tuxedo with a black shirt underneath, sleeves rolled up just slightly to reveal his veined forearms. He looked like a mafia CEO about to attend both a meeting and a shootout. He stepped into the kitchen and paused at the door. You had tied your messy bun higher, standing barefoot while placing dishes on the dining table. The sunlight behind you gave your skin a soft glow, but he couldn't ignore the tiny red bruise on your neck, where you had scratched too harshly. This girl is so careless. You noticed him and smiled, a little proud of your effort. You sat down on the opposite side of the table. He eyed you coldly. Do maids eat with their masters? Your smile instantly dropped as you stabbed the toast with your fork and raised a brow. Do all masters wear bathrobes in the living room like rich pearls? You popped the toast in your mouth with a smile. Chunguk blinked, then chuckled unexpectedly, a real amused chuckle. You're something else. He picked up his spoon and started eating too. Two enemies having breakfast, one insult at a time, but strangely, it didn't feel that bad. After dinner, Jungkook disappeared into the house while you stayed behind in the kitchen, washing the dishes with your sleeves rolled up and your messy bun hanging by a thread. You were humming to yourself softly until you heard his footsteps return. He tossed a black oversized hoodie, a pair of comfy shorts, and a small jar of cooling ointment onto the kitchen counter near you. Here, wear this. You picked it up, blinking at the unfamiliar softness of the fabric. It was his hoodie. Your fingers brushed against the shorts. Your eyes widened a bit. Shorts? He raised a brow and leaned against the counter, with that sinful smirk playing on his lips. You can wear these, nothing else. Go change, I'm waiting. He walked away and dropped himself onto the living room couch like a king waiting for his queen to return. You rolled your eyes and headed off to change, muttering curses under your breath. After slipping into the surprisingly comfortable clothes and applying the ointments to the red, itchy brows on your neck. You tied your hair into a neater bun and made your way back downstairs. You froze in place at the last step. A girl was standing near your husband's couch, her skin practically glowing from highlighter, her red lips too shiny and her dress so short it could pass as a belt. Her gaze dropped to you the second she heard your footsteps, and the way she looked at you could curdle milk. You rolled your eyes with a dry scoff. Here, is this okay? You gestured to your hoodie and shorts combo with an unimpressed expression. Jungkook looked up from the file she had handed him, eyes landing on you like you were the only thing in the room. Is it okay for you? His tone was different, almost concerned. You blinked. Oh, yeah, it's perfect. You awkwardly walked around and sat on the couch beside him. Meanwhile, the girl beside him kept her arms crossed, glaring at you like you were dust on her expensive heels. Who are you? I'm his secretary, so maybe keep your voice a bit lower. Her words dripped with fake politeness, but you saw the venom in her smile. Jungkook's expression instantly turned ice cold. He was about to open his mouth and say something brutal, but you beat him to it. You smiled like the sweetest angel in the room and turned to her with wide eyes. Oh, not nice to meet you, but I'm his wife. You said it so casually, yet with enough fire to burn a inch of her fake lashes. Your smile dropped the moment you turned to Jungkook with sass. And his face froze, but she quickly recovered and leaned toward him again, trying to get his attention while holding out a file in her hands with a very unnecessary amount of chest involved. You didn't hesitate. You got up with a soft hum and slid yourself right next to Jungkook, practically melting into his side. Jungkook, I want to continue college. Can I please? Your big doe eyes locked onto his. He looked at you for a long moment, those dark lashes fluttering once before he cracked a smirk. Okay, you can start again from Monday. He turned to Annie, now looking more like a statue than a human. Prepare all her house clothes, uniforms, and other essentials. Replace those embroidered pieces with something comfortable now. She clenched her jaw so hard you thought her teeth might break. Yes, master. She turned around stiffly and left the room with her heels clicking against the marble, leaving behind a trail of bitterness and perfume. You leaned your head slightly on his shoulder, smirking. Well played, Mr. Jones. He chuckled slowly. No one dares touch what's mine. 2 years later, the house was quiet, too quiet. You sat cross legged on the velvet couch, a soft woolen shawl draped over your shoulders. The gentle tick of the wall clock echoed through the silent room. But your mind wasn't in the present, it was floating through memories. 2 years, 2 whole years of being married to John Chungkook. You smiled softly, fingertips absent mindedly tracing the edge of your teacup as you stared at the carpet. How did time fly like this? The beginning had been nothing short of chaos. His cold glares, his commanding tone, his possessiveness. You thought you had gone mad, but underneath all that steel was someone so heartbreakingly soft. Someone who bought you little gifts every night, hair clips, chocolates, even random keychains because he saw them and thought of you. He never said I love you outright, but he showed it every single day. Through the way he noticed your itchy skin, the way he kept you warm at night, the way he silently memorized your favorite food and made sure it was always on the table. At first, he had doubted your intentions, thought you were after his wealth, a gold digger, but over time he realized you didn't even care about the mansion, the cars, the designer clothes. You only ever wanted him, his attention. His affection, his heart, and he gave it to you piece by piece, guarded, slow but real. You had fallen for him hard, his silence, his random outbursts, his protectiveness, his quiet gestures. The way he had pulled you into his chest when he thought you were asleep, the way he had whispered your name like it means something scared. You closed your eyes and smiled until the sound of the front door slamming open made you jolt. You turned your head sharply and your blood ran cold. Jungkook, your voice trembled. Two guards were holding him by the shoulders, helping him inside. Your heart dropped when you saw him, his face pale, his lips tight, and his leg limping. Your body moved on its own as you rushed to him. How? What happened? A tear slid down your cheek as you knelt beside the couch, your hands already reaching for his leg. It's okay, wifey, just a bullet barely grazed me. No need to panic. Shut up. You snapped through clenched teeth as your eyes welled with tears. You stood up abruptly and ran to your room. He blinked and smiled. You always reacted like this when he was hurt. A few minutes later, you returned with the first aid kit and warm water. You didn't say a word as you cleaned the wound with trembling hands, tears threatening to fall, but you kept your face firm. You didn't want him to worry. You had to be strong. You couldn't let him see the storm in your chest. Let's go to the bedroom. I'll help you. Without waiting, you gently slipped your arm around him. He leaned on you without protest as you took him to the room. Once there, you sat him on the bed, pulled off his stained coat and pants, and helped him change into a fresh, soft hoodie and cotton pajamas. You didn't meet his eyes the entire time. Then you walked out straight to the kitchen. You knew what to make. Hot beef soup, his favorite, rich in protein, healthy, warm, just what his body needed. You poured it into a bowl and returned. He was leaning against the headboard, eyes half lit, watching the door. The moment he saw you enter, his lips lifted in a gentle smile. You sat on the edge of the bed and brought the spoon near his lips. He ate quietly, slowly, never breaking eye contact with you. You okay, cook? He didn't respond at first. Instead, he placed the ball on the side table, leaned forward slowly, and wrapped his arms around your waist, his face pressed into your stomach. I'm perfectly fine because my pretty wife is with me. You froze for a second, then smiled, your fingers gently threading through his soft hair. You scared me. He pulled back slightly and leaned up to kiss your forehead gently, lingering there longer than usual. I'll never let anything take me away from you. You looked into his eyes, those same dangerous, soft, cold, protective eyes, and saw something you had never seen 2 years ago: peace and love. The room was dimly lit, the soft glow of the bedside lamp casting golden hues across the walls. You were curled up beside him, your fingers gently tracing circles on the fabric of his hoodie, his injured leg propped on a pillow, your head resting slightly near his shoulder. He had been quiet for a while, too quiet. You glanced at him. His eyes were fixed on the ceiling as though lost in thought. Wine? Hmm. He turned his head slowly to face you, his expression unreadable, calm, serious, but there was a hint of something in his gaze, something new. I've been thinking about something for a long time. You immediately straightened a little, sitting cross legged beside him on the bed. Your full attention on him. Tell me. He looked at you for a moment, the silence stretched, and then, I want a little version of you. Your eyes widened. I what? You blinked rapidly, your heartbeat skipping. You want a baby? He gave a single nod, his eyes not leaving yours. Yeah, a little one. With your eyes, your annoying pout, and your stubbornness. You covered your face instantly, your cheeks heating up. Oh, oh, that's all I get. Shouldn't I start trying from now then? You gasped, your cheeks now absolutely crimson. Jungkook, you are hurt. Your leg, how can you even think? Before you could finish, he grabbed your wrist and gently pulled you closer until your face nearly bumped into his chest. I told you I'm fine, it's just a scratch. You tried to protest again, but your words died on your lips as he held you tighter, resting his chin on your head. I'm feeling shy. You are adorable when you blush like that. You tried to bury your face deeper into his hoodie as if it could hide the furious red on your cheeks. He pressed a warm kiss to your forehead, his hand gently stroking your back. I want a family with you. No rush, just someday soon, okay? You peeked up at him through your lashes, eyes wide and hurtful. Okay. His smile widened, gentle and full of love. In that moment, you realized you were not just his wife, you were his home and he was yours.